Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, Burley Allen Hensler. And I've been doing some thinking and some research. A lot of research, a lot of thinking. You know, it's awfully funny that we needed to wear a mask at the exact same time that Antifa and BLM came out and started fucking shit up. Because what were they wearing? Masks over their face and hoods trying to disguise who they were. Now you think about that. You tell me what you think. Personally, that sounds an awful lot like, to me, this is only one man's point of view. But it seems an awful lot to me like, they kicked off this pandemic as, well, a way to get rid of Donald Trump and everything that, he stands for everything that he stood for with making America great and America first and, all that. But at the same time, it kind of helped. And you can criticize me if you want. I don't care. And if you can prove to me that I'm wrong, well, then prove to me in facts, logic. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to admit that, you know what, I was proven wrong. If you can prove me wrong with facts and logic and that sort of thing. Oh, here we go. If you can't, then I won't admit it. It's that simple. It's facts, logic, and science, or fuck you, I don't admit shit. Alright, here's the deal though, okay? Antifa came out, riot, looting, basically just being an asshole. Why? Because, well, they didn't like the 2016 election. But did you notice they didn't really do shit until almost time for them to start the new election cycle? Think about it. Trump was in there for 4 years. Antifa could have been running roughshod over everything. I mean, if they were this fucking big and bad, they could have been running roughshod over everything for 4 years. Nigga, 4 years. Nigga, Nigga, not ERs, right there, boy, and trust me, I'm using it as a joke, something to lighten the mood. But think about it. If Antifa was truly this big and bad, they could have been running roughshod over everybody when Trump got in office. But no. There was nothing until when? 18. 19. Yeah, 19. Then Antifa, blew up on the scene. Ah! What else came out in 19? BLM. Matter of fact, if my memory serves me correctly, they came out within months, maybe weeks of each other. Antifa BLM within months or weeks of each other. And then when that starts dying off, we have this pandemic where everyone's got to wear a mask. And what do? They fuck it. Antifa just goes all ape shit again. Same with BLM. They just go all ape shit because now everyone's wearing a mask. You don't know who anyone is, so they can hide and get away with the crime. Well, got a little bad news for you Antifa boys and girls. Same with the Black Lives Matter people. One, it's not Black Lives Matter, okay? Black Lives Matter, saying Black Lives Matter is like saying White Lives Matter. It means that you think only that race matters and no other race's life matters. All lives matter. If you're a U.S. citizen, if you're a mommy, a daddy, an auntie, an uncle, cousin, grandma, grandpa, European citizen, English, Australia, Canada, anywhere on this planet, you are a citizen of Earth. And you are human. Or humanoid. Such as chimps, gorillas, shit like that. You know, animals we can't eat. And that are intelligent. Then your lives matter. But cow, deer, bear, goat, sheep, mountain goat, you know, moose, elk, caribou, mule deer, whitetail deer, pigs. We can eat them. Gator, shrimp, fish, crawfish. Lives don't mean shit to me other than, you know what? Good eating. So let me give you a little dose of reality here, people. Alright? This is the realest of the real that you're ever going to get from anyone. All human and humanoid lives matter. Fuck you only saying Black Lives Matter. I'm white, my life matters. Fuck BLM. You want to say Black Lives Matter and you want me to be a part of it? Okay, I will. I will. Just as soon as you go to every fucking abortion clinic and demand that they be shut the fuck down. Because what race has the highest population of killing its own kids? Blacks. Who votes for Democrats all the time? Blacks. Blacks vote majority Democrat. Blacks kill the majority of their own young. See, the Democrats were smart. They got it. They figured it out pretty quick. If you keep someone enslaved mentally to where they will kill their own offspring, then you've got them for life. Because that means that they have bought into whatever lie you've told them. They've bought it hook, line, and sinker. They've swallowed it. It's truth. You see? But enough of that. Back to the topic at hand. Black Lives Matter and Antifa and masks. Antifa and Black Lives Matter really took off again as soon as everybody had to wear a mask. But yet, every time BLM and Antifa had a peaceful protest where they burned down 99.99999999999% of the black-owned businesses in the neighborhoods and their own fucking neighborhood. You didn't see a fucking one of them out there wearing a mask, did you? So, according to the science that the Democrats follow, COVID, the Chinese Wuhan virus, is the first ever highly intelligent, highly viral illness. Because it's smart enough to know if you're out there for BLM riot or an Antifa riot or a Democrat get together that you don't need a mask because, well, the virus is smart enough to know you're there for that, so it's not going to fuck with you. But if you go to a Trump rally or you're doing something for the, if you're having some kind of America First get together or you just going out shopping to buy food for your children and your family, or you just want to go to work, make some money to pay your bills, well, you gotta wear a mask because the disease knows that's what you're doing and it'll attack you, but it won't attack Black Lives Matter and Antifa because it's smart. It's the first ever smart virus. So full of shit. The bottom line is this. Watch it. Look at it. Go back and look through everything. You'll see. Antifa, BLM really got going again. See, they started to peter out. It started dying off. No one gave a fuck. Then all of a sudden the mass thing came. And all of a sudden BLM's out doing more and 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 more. And as a result, no one's wearing masks. The numbers are going through the roof, even though they're inflating them anyway, but they're going higher and higher, which means everybody had to stay in and be quarantined and locked down for a longer period of time. Did you hear what I just said? Every time there was a BLM or Antifa riot, shortly after that, the numbers would come in and, oh, there's a spike, but it's not because of the riot that we had happened. No. It's because these Trump supporters didn't wear masks. These people who are, well, we don't know what they think about, but we're just going to say that they're COVID deniers or science deniers. And, well, they didn't wear a mask for 5 seconds, and that's what caused everything to get the fuck out of here. The reason that we are where we are is 3 reasons. You ready? 1, the Democrats wanted Trump out and they wanted all the power. Plain and simple. They couldn't beat him, so they had to steal it. Get everybody in. You do the the at-home absentee mail in your ballot, which means they can voter harvest, and do voter fraud, which Biden's already admitted, and they can forge the numbers, they can forge shit, and boom, 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 look who's in. Number 2, Black Lives Matter riots. I will not call them a peaceful protest because I went to a few. They were not peaceful. They didn't try to fuck with me. But when you're carrying a bunch of blades and you're carrying a couple of swords and you're carrying a bunch of day links, they're gonna leave you the fuck alone because, they don't know if you use the blades or not, or if you use the swords or not, but you know what? They don't want to take the fucking risk. You see, the bottom line is this. Every time Antifa and BLM had a riot, the numbers went up, which kept the overall numbers up, which kept everybody locked the fuck in, which kept the economy shut down so that the Democrats could get even more power consolidated and pull us into even more debt. Third reason that the Democrats planned all this. And we're in the situation now that we are. You ready for this? You ready for this? The Republicans in the Senate and the House, you know the ones I'm talking about. The rhinos, the Republican in name only, sided with the Dems, and Biden in less than 100 days did something like 133, maybe it was 100 days. No, it was under 100. It was like the first 2 months. He did 133 executive orders. But no, it was all about power. The third reason that I know that this was done by the Dems is simply put. Alright. They needed to keep our economy shut down because under Trump, we were booming. We were coming back with a rocket. We were coming back like gangbusters. If we were in a car, we were in the world's fastest car with nitrous and a rocket boost, and the nitrous had been hit, the rockets were kicking in, and man, we were fixing to come back better. Can't have that. Would have gotten Trump elected. So what they do? They make sure to inflate the numbers, keeps us in home, and when you stay home, any good doctor or scientist will tell you when you stay in an enclosed area, you are more likely to get a disease such as COVID, the flu, pneumonia, bronchitis, than if you were to go out in the sun and do things outside. Why? Because when you're trapped inside, you're rebreathing that same air over and over and over and over. Which means not only are you breathing your germs back into your body, but you're breathing your wife's, your kids, your sisters, your brother, whoever the fuck you got at your house, because, they were visiting when this shit happened, so now they're stuck. That's the truth. I know this video's been a little bit all over the place, but think about everything I just fucking said. And if you can prove me wrong using science, logic, and common sense, using all three of those, if you could prove me wrong using all three of those without hooting, hollering, and being a libtard, I will look into it. And if your information is correct, I will be the first to admit that I was wrong. However, I have said this many times, never had it happen. So I guess I'm not wrong. I guess what I'm saying is truth. So please, please, America, wake up. We never needed masks. We never needed the lockdowns. We never needed our economy to suffer. We never needed our kids to be out of school. That's another reason they did it, was to dumb down our kids. Do you realize that America was in the top 10 country, worldwide of smart people? We were in the top 10. You know where we are now? We'd be lucky to make the top 10,000. Why? Because they don't allow our citizens' children to go to school face to face. They have to do it over something called Zoom. But yet they will allow an illegal child to go to school face to face. This is all part of their plan to dumb us down, make us weak, so that we cannot fight back with our ideas, and so that we cannot plan a proper plan of action to go against the government when the government doesn't try, when it goes communist or dictatorship. It's all part of the thing. Dumb us down, get us docile, get us dependent on the government. Alright, take mommy and daddy out of the picture, replace it with government, and there you go. You got Democrats in power for life. Look at everywhere else. Check it. Russia, what do they do? Same fucking thing. Korea, communists did the same thing. China, communists did the same thing. Vietnam, communists did the same thing. Nazi fucking Germany, the Nazis, Hitler's boys, did the same fucking thing that the fucking Democrats are doing. They did not allow Jewish people to go to fucking school. Damn. Or if they did, they had to go to these special classes where there was no fucking teacher, just a Gestapo officer, and they had to just sit there. That sounds insane. But everything I'm telling you is true. Think for yourself, America, please. And until next time, I'll be seeing you. That was a damn good show. Again, it's from the Heartstrings, but I like it. I'll see you around. Think for yourself.